Welcome everyone. Welcome to Drakenmemoria. For those of you wondering what this is, well, it's Dungeons & Dragons, or more specifically, a group of people playing Dungeons & Dragons. So, if it's not something you want to watch, well, depending on where you are, there are suggestions on right or the left. But for everyone else who actually wants to be here, because they've heard good stuff, because they've actually been here previous session and they liked it, no matter why you want to be here, as long as it's respectful, you are very welcome to be here. It's a pleasure to have you with us. As you can see, there is still a problem with Tobiashi's camera, but don't worry, he's here. It's the pleasures of moving to a new home. So,
yeah,
you really should find another background than black. And I believe your character shaved its 5 o'clock shadow, so I'd probably need to have an image that doesn't have the 5 o'clock shadow. But yeah, so don't worry, he's here. He's just not able to use his camera because once again he has to use his phone.
Yeah, it's tragic.
Yeah.
It's the starting of my villain anime arc.
Hence the arsony, I guess.
That's when it starts going
Yeah, the
bad.
arson's going hard tonight.
That's when it starts going bad. All right.
And the writers start reaching for things, and you're like, oh, it's all downhill from here.
But don't worry about it. You know, your dungeon master's feeling better this week, so there's a good chance. Oh, well, I was gonna say there's a good chance that things are gonna go better, but I just remember where you're entering right now, so. It's just.
Don't take the chicken before the marriage.
Well, yeah, no, you're about to enter a floor filled with gnomes. Using arcane knowledge at least a few hundred years ahead of the rest of your world. So, yeah, no. I'd like to promise you it's gonna be fine, but I can't.
Not to be confused with a floor made of gnomes.
Well, arguably, that could be less dangerous.
The good thing is, legally, if they kill us, they have to pay for our resurrections.
Oh, nice.
No, technically, I believe it's Tykar that has to pay, but...
What if he doesn't have the money?
And he's gonna really rack up a bill.
Yeah, well, that is going to be the problem because he was a very
How many do you
vain
guys
character.
die? What?
So yeah, all right. Well, I don't think we have a lot more to say other than if you're appreciating the nearly non-existent fire in the background. Hold on. Yay! You can actually hear.
I got the fire noise for you.
You can actually hear the crickets now. So if you actually enjoy this kind of noise, sound, ambient mixer, there's a link below the window. And later on, most likely, Chaotic Calling's going to be joining us. And for those of you who are, they're thinking about becoming followers, ever since we got over the 60 followers, we have been rated by random channels. So, keep going. It seems like there was a level at 60, which allowed us to sometime be noticed when there's a raid to be given. So, when someone makes a research of Dungeons & Dragons, apparently, we went at a level. So, keep going.
Also, join the Cult of the Dragon, please.
Religion.
The same thing.
You know, the benefits aren't the same.
Yeah.
Cult, you mean you get
Yeah, you don't
paid.
get the same.
No, but when you enter a cult, you get cool new robes, you get paid, you have a good chance of surviving. When it's a
You
religion,
just don't get complicated.
you're gonna get tortured. You have to pay for your own robes. You're gonna have to fight cultists from other emerging religion. You know, that's.
It's a lot of work.
But later on,
That's a lot of work.
the religion.
Also, not gonna lie, the group activities in a cult, top notch.
Oh yeah.
They get dentals.
Yeah, that is true. A lot of team building.
They get
All right. Let's enter in this very weird moment we're about to embark on. And I'd like to apologize for the pun that I'm about to say. It wasn't intentional when I was rehearsing it in my mind, but when I realized that it was a pun, well, it became intentional. So, but last episode, the party decided to shop a little. Well, for different things. For Jorg, Tobiyashi, Remy, and Fisher, it was equipment. For audience, it was sponsorship and money.
And clothes.
And clothes. Yeah, there was a little bit of clothes at the beginning. He suddenly started to wear a robe for a while. But I think he's back to being shirtless. And apparently we learned that he was like that growing up, so makes sense now. But the party went on, tried to find their things, although some of them forgot to ask when they were in the shops, so there's gonna be something like about that when they come out of the research and development quarter of the filled with gnomes. But that's where they left the last episode. They had just talked to the person in front of the entrance to this department. For Jorg, audience, Remy, and Fisher, it's something that's known. For Tobiyashi, well, you know about gnomes. There's even 2 gnomes that are in your monastery where you grew up. So you know that if you can't handle a mild explosion and every once in a while, you shouldn't be around gnomes. But it's fine. They've never done anything bad to you. First degree burn, never worse.
Yeah. I haven't been blown to pieces yet.
Yeah. They did blow up your brow once, but you know, it grows back, so there's no problem.
Yeah.
But now, you know, you are so focused on the reception of this place, on the person that just greeted all of you, that you didn't pay much attention to what was behind this desk and this gnome. But now, as you're making your first step to enter this place, following the rest of the party, some of them going in different directions, you can't help. I can't help but think I should look at the at our chat.
No. Don't need to.
Okay. So, as you're entering this place, it sort of dawns on you. You're about to enter a room filled with gnomes with arcane knowledge several hundred years ahead of yours, of your entire world. You're about to learn the craziness of garden gnomes. I know, I'm sorry.
From the far-off future of the 21st century.
Just got that. Makes me feel dumb.
I never thought of that.
when I was rehearsing it, I didn't catch it on first, and then... Oh man, that's a bad... No, that's... I was gonna say it's a bad pun, but no. I really need to put... That wasn't unintentional, but now it is. And I'm sticking with it.
That's the whole point of this. We're done. We can stop streaming now.
Yeah, roll credits. Same time next week.
Hold on, I got the perfect one. Da 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 da.
We'll be right back.
So, the first few steps you make in this place. Remy, you remembered last time you were here how quickly reality just went out the door. And you were left with this place that doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. Fisher, well, it helps to not have a lot of emotion. It helps remain stable around this. Jorg, well, you were a bit distracted last time you went here. You know, you just shopped for a while, and for the first time you're paying attention, and you're realizing it's a nut house. You see gnomes running about, yelling stuff. You hear an explosion in the distance, just... Ah! You see a gnome, then running. You see another gnome running. And then you see this little metallic creature just running behind them. It looks a spider the size of a basketball, but its legs look like curved daggers. And as it's running, it does the same sort of sound as if you were rubbing knives together. And you just see it go running in the direction where they are. It stopped right in front of you, looks at you for a moment, it raises two of its legs, turns around and starts running again toward the two gnomes that just ran. Then you see this third gnome going, "No, stop, stop, it's friendly. I made it so that it would be playful. No, don't do that, don't do... Priests!" And then you hear, "Ah, my arm! High priest!"
I can help rearrange that.
Well, that would be more of a regeneration.
Oh, I can't do that. I'll stop the bleeding.
Yeah, you're some levels off from that, buddy.
There were a version of spellcasting in previous edition that allowed you to go beyond your level at the risk of dying. So
Damn.
yeah, no save. You just... You miss, you die. Why? Because you just snuffed out your own light to cast the spell. And none of the gnomes seems to react much to this. You see a very relaxed... Well, we're not outside. Maybe I should turn off the campfire and the wolves. You see this very relaxed priest arriving. Gnomish priest. Just, don't worry, don't worry. It'll grow back. It's just gonna take a few days. You see it go where everyone ran off to. Okay. So, how is the party divided? Who's going where and with who?
I remember I was going to the metal place.
I was going with Toby.
Okay.
I think I was with Fisher.
I think Jorg and I had just finished talking to the receptionist, and we're gonna go catch up with Raimi, who was ahead of us,
Alright.
going to get his
drinking some
racers or
potions.
something.
Alright, so Jorg, Fisher, and Remy. Oh yeah, Fisher, yeah, your potion. Yeah, sorry, last time I was a bit out of it. there were sort of circumstances, including an injury, which made me think a little slower than usual. But everything's clear now.
Yeah, just remember you've got an anvil over my head that you can drop.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I had the text in front of me last time, and I just kept looking at it, and the only thing that kept coming up in my mind is, good lord, it's a good thing I have a little bit of time to figure out how that goes. But as soon as I got a little bit of rest, and then I looked at this, and oh goodness, I don't have to do anything. All right, it just blend in seamlessly, effortlessly. Oh, that's so cool. So yeah, I'm sure you're gonna hate your anvil.
Uh-huh.
The same kind of love-hate you had for...
Yeah. You either hate to love it or love to hate it. You know,
It's gonna be another condescending
That's what
intelligence inside my head.
Or another musical, but it's a non-stop for...
Yeah.
you're just
12 hours.
gonna keep hearing them. You're a roach, you're a rat, you're a snitch, you're a roach, you're a rat, you're a snitch. Wherever you go, all the time.
Fisher's gonna go insane, and we're gonna make a new character.
Time to build from scratch.
Fisher turns into a human. Well, shit.
Well, that would be a nice way to prove that he has a soul, you know. He dies, he comes back. No, he's not a Warforged anymore. He's something else. Proof he has a soul. Too bad he had to die to prove it. So, alright. So, Jorg, Fisher, and Remy in one direction. Audience and Tobiyashi in another direction. So, it just takes a little moment. In Tobiyashi, you realize that Fisher and Jorg are going one way and following Remy, who seems to be depressed by the fact that he has to go in the back. But you and Audience are also going your own way, and you're gonna be going in the back also. Maybe not as far as Remy, but you're still gonna find yourself in the odd place. After 5 or 6 minutes of walking, Audience and Tobiyashi, well, no, actually more like 2.5 minutes, you find yourself arriving in a place where, oddly enough, doesn't seem to be any sound. You look around. You don't see any gnomes. Actually, the entire floor seems to be empty.
Hey, audience, we in the right place?
I'm gonna be honest, I've never been here before. I'm just following you because I was told to go with you.
Well, actually, you've been here before, but you were in the same state as Jorg. Meaning you both left a little early that day.
Did you go slap?
Okay. I don't remember being here. Is that?
Yeah. It's so traumatizing.
I see.
Your subconscious just pushed it away.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like,
you
look, I
walk
had a
first.
huge
Did you
brownie.
slap him?
So yeah, no, you were both just walking, and then you were hearing this cacophony of gnomes yelling thing at one of them, and then suddenly you're watching an empty room.
This is never good. Audience, you want to go first, or?
I can go first.
Okay, I'll be right behind you, 5 feet away.
All right. Audience will go ahead. He'll kind of, hey, anyone here? I think we're here. What are we here for, Toby? Metal?
Yeah, metal.
We're here for metal.
Are you moving
Anyone?
somewhere? Forward, backward, sideways,
Forward.
dancing diagonally?
I mean, I'd be forward, probably just into the room.
Alright, so
We start our musical note here.
you walk forward a little carefully, and suddenly you start hearing sound as if it was distant. Keep walking a little bit more, and suddenly you start hearing the cacophony of gnomes again, and then you see gnomes reappearing as with every step you're making, you see more gnomes, and you see everything in front of you reappearing. Tobiashi, since he's 5 feet behind you, he doesn't see this yet. But as you're watching everyone, you see 2 gnomes looking in your direction, just going... Hi.
Audience will continue unfazed. Are you the people that sell metal for my friend?
No.
No.
We're well, it's sort of a strange well, just look around. Just turn around and look. It's gonna be easier.
Alright, I'll turn around.
You see Tobiashi going from skeletal, then you see him with nerves, with muscles, naked, then with clothes, and just as he approaches and enters in, you see him completely reappear.
Yeah, is everything good, audience?
No.
No. What do you mean?
Audience will be like, alright, turn around, I want to show you something. And then I'll take him out. If I had to see it, Toby has to see it. Then I'll take about 4 or 5 steps backwards, and then 5 steps back towards Toby.
So you see audience just moving backward, and suddenly you see his clothes disappear. He's completely naked, and then his skin disappears, and then his muscles, his nervous system, and you just see his bones just staring in your direction. And then he starts walking back, and you see everything just reappear slowly around him. And then he's once again is in front of you. And you hear the 2 gnomes just outside this little space. Just
It was... Oh, wait. So you saw me naked?
Yeah. I mean, I was more disturbed by the skin, but yes.
Jesus Christ. I kind of like covered myself up a little bit. I'm like, well,
Being naked isn't a big deal. That's an everyday occurrence for me.
as he says that,
I'm like, well,
you look around and you realize that there's more than 2 gnomes watching this little zone.
how's that all about? I look over to the gnomes. I'm like, what was that for?
Oh, that's an experiment.
We just walked right through. So you're saying we could have died?
Nah. The worst thing that could have happened was that you would have gotten reassembled in the wrong order. But that's not bad, having your skin inside under your muscles. I'm sure it doesn't hurt for very long. I mean, we have priests around.
I now want to see what happens if Fisher walks through that.
Dang.
What are you offering?
What are you offering?
What, you actually want it? Right now? I mean, it's not complete. Yeah, it's supposed to be for surveillance. You know, you use it. It's supposed to make sort of a tunnel. Allows you to go see things from a very long distance. You know, someone apparently went and said something about us spying in the room, so we have to figure out new ways, you know.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I look over to the audience. I'm kind of like, I have no idea what they're talking about, but okay, sounds good.
Yep. Well, very cool. Keep up the good work. We're just here for metal for this guy. I mean, we're not here for.
Yeah. Do you know someone? I look at the gnomes. I'm like, you know someone who can make me a new home for this guy? I yank my balls in front of their face.
Oh, that's interesting. So you just want a home for him. What's making this crackling sound?
Oh, that's the fire I'm next to.
That's Toby's.
Oh, okay.
You like the
Toby's
actual-
real life
actual
fire.
campfire. That's his
My
actual
actual
campfire.
campfire.
Okay.
No, I'm just yeah.
Phew, I thought my microphone or something was dying on me. Alright, no, you just want a home for it? That's it? That's, you need to be more specific about these things.
Well,
What
like
sort of home? Does
a weapon.
he has any needs?
Okay. So I was thinking of something more spacious for him. I take out the little elemental and show it to him. So it's this little elemental, and he powers up whenever I give him shards, pebbles, or dust of an elemental. And I need something that could give him somewhere to rest, something less likely for this guy to break over here. And
Okay.
just something more of like a weaponish type thing, so like amplify his power, or not like amplify, but just give him a home because he needs a new one. He's kind of getting upset from this one.
All right. So,
But still in this form, like with the chain and the ball, so I can hook it onto my silk.
okay. Well, that can be interesting. I mean, yeah, sure. There are ways to do this. Just keep walking straight forward. You see there's sort of a red flag. You know, maybe in the cusp of 100 feet away. And go talk to the person that's right under that flag. Yeah, he'll be able to make you a special little home. For your
Also, does he make other things too, other than just like weapon homes?
yeah, of course.
All right. I will go talk to him. Thank you very much. I bow to them.
Oh, okay. Good. Well, he bows also. You hear a female gnomish voice saying, "Come back whenever you want."
Oh, gosh. I kind of turn away flustered and keep walking. Audience, we got to go this way. I walk towards the red flag.
Audience, the last thing you see is that female gnome just half turning around and slapping her own butt gently. Just
Audience is fine. This audience is not flustered by this. However, he is a little worried for Toby. The audience actually starts to go. He's like, as we walk away, he's like, you know, Toby, you have nothing to be ashamed of. Your body is yours, and you have to, you know, embrace it for what it is.
That's not what I was taught, but we'll just keep it at that, okay? We might have a conversation about this later.
Yes, you know, that conversation.
Yeah, that one conversation.
Alright, so you keep on walking, going toward that red flag. You make maybe another 50 feet toward that flag. And you arrive in front of a gnome that's just looking at both of you. He's a bit in the way. He's just not looking at you from the side. He's right in the path that you've just taken. He's looking at you, rubbing his chin like this. I mean, I could do something with those scales. That could be interesting. He just pokes you a little bit like this. Sorry, that was very close to the camera.
He's doing this to audience, right?
Yeah, but then immediately after, he turns toward you. And, yeah, I don't know if there is much I can do with you. All that silk looks interesting.
Which scales did he point to? Did he point to my metallic arm, or did he point to my normal scales?
He pointed toward your chest. Your exposed chest.
Oh, okay.
Hey, he's kind of looking at us weird.
I mean, he's a gnome.
Should we just walk past him?
But no. Don't you need
No.
something from him?
I thought this wasn't the guy. The flag is still over
You're
there.
halfway. You're halfway there. It's just this
Oh.
dome is in the way, but he's looking at you and evaluating you. You see him take a vial and just start dripping a few drops on one of your feet. Audience.
Right. Audience is going to be like, listen, if you're going to poke and prod at me, can you at least tell me what these metal scales are on my arm that is slowly growing over my body?
Well, that's an interesting challenge. Yeah. You just want to know what they are, or you want them removed, or?
No, they don't need to be removed. Just I would like to know somewhat what's happening to me, since I just keep waking up and then my arm is like, not my arm, but it is my arm. But it's covered by not my arm, but it's also still my arm. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, actually, I do. Right. Can I keep whatever I find?
Can you keep? Are you dissecting me?
I mean, since you're offering.
Not asking for dissection. I need my scales and my arms to be alive. Unless you have a way to regrow them.
I'm sure that can be arranged.
What am I getting?
Knowledge, It's always good.
I'm gonna need a little bit more than knowledge.
Oh.
I can't punch people with knowledge.
You haven't been trying enough then.
Knowledge does not seem fair for any amount of pain or removal of my scales that I may go through.
Takes a notebook, right? You hear him just mumble a little bit. Lack of imagination, huh? Okay. That's interesting.
It's not lack of imagination. Just I need to be compensated correctly for my imagination.
Oh.
You're
The gnome just responds, so you want the knowledge we give you to hurt people. That could be arranged. Starts writing things.
Okay. You want something in exchange for knowledge. Well, there are two ways to do this. I mean, one is going to be extremely painful, and I doubt you're actually going to appreciate the end result. It involves going to a city and going to the underbelly and then finding this guy who's in a tent.
Okay. Sounds very sketchy, but alright. What would the man in the tent do?
Well, he exchanges information for information. And then just ask him for information, don't pay him, and one day he's gonna come, he's gonna ask for information, and if you can't, well, he's just gonna take it by force.
Okay.
Payment for knowledge.
What's the other way?
Well, the other
I'm more
way,
of a physical man.
well, the other way is you stay here. Let's start by evaluating your arm, and we're gonna see from there. You know, in case it's a parasite, we might have to amputate anyway.
You're welcome over anytime.
What if I say I'm okay with the parasite? Can there be consent given beforehand of like amputation?
I mean, sure, if you want to. If you want to live a boring life, yeah, of course.
Okay. And then what do I get for? Well, I mean, what are you getting, and what am I getting out of this amputation?
Well, I'm getting knowledge, but if you want something more, I don't know. Is there something that it does? Maybe we can push it further.
How about this? How about if you can push it further, I'll consider that, and if not, you can give me some monetary value for your knowledge. How do we feel about that?
Well, you know, it's... I guess it's fine. Adventurers, they have no sense of adventure. Come on, get over here.
Okay, Toby, go figure out your thing. If I start screaming, come help me.
Wait, figure out his name first.
No, names aren't needed in these types of transactions.
If I started sorry or
All
something.
right. Well, I'll go over there. If you hear me scream or anything blow up, just come find me.
I may be incapacitated at that moment,
No,
but I'll do my best.
increased to our point.
Okay, sounds good. I start heading over to. I walk around him and head towards the flag.
Okay. So, audience, just so that you know, you sit to a very small table. It feels like you're sitting on the ground, but when you're looking, you know, it's a stool. That's just gnome-sized stool. But he starts watching your hand, and you know, every time he takes a sharp tool and that you remind him that you need your arm intact, he just mumbles a little bit and looks disappointed and instead takes it.
I mean, again, if he has a way to grow back anything he removes, I will allow some damage to be done, but there has to be a way to heal it.
You see him on a few occasions, just when you say this, just going, always same thing. And then he takes another tool, which doesn't have a blade on it, and then starts evaluating your arm.
Okay.
Hey, Chaotic Callings here. I'm sure they appreciate the awesomeness of gnomes.
The surgery I'm going through.
Alright, so Tobiyashi, you keep on moving, leaving audience behind in the hand of this weird person. But you make a little bit more headway, and you find yourself at the red flag. You look around. There's no one here right now. Oh.
I look around. I'm like, hello? Is there supposed to be a guy here that could help me? Hello here? Hello?
You hear someone that's arriving from a distance, and judging from how he's breathing, he's been running for a while. Yeah, that's me. It's that's my flag.
Good, you're good. Catch your breath. You're fine.
Yeah. I'd suggest that you kneel down.
One second. All right, I'm gonna kneel down. I guess someone's car alarm went off.
Okay. As you kneel down, you have this really odd feeling, a bit of vertigo, as you start kneeling down and you feel this wave of distortion just going through your head as you're kneeling. And when your eyes go through this layer, you sort of see everything as though it's been squashed. You realize this layer is, from your perspective, maybe, I don't know, half an inch thick. But
Jesus.
as you're passing through it, it feels like it's 6 inches thick.
Okay. Like, what? I look at him. I'm like, what was that?
Yeah, that's why I told you to kneel down. We have someone experimenting with new saw blades. He's making 2-dimensional saw blades. We had a little bit of problem because it also scrunched down the entire floor 6 inch. It should solve fairly soon, but the thing is that the saw blade is trapped in this layer right now. So, and you know, it's 2-dimensional, meaning it doesn't have thickness. You won't see it arriving.
That's good to know. Thank you. I'll make sure to crawl out of here.
It's just for 20 feet, a little 20 feet away. It's after that you can just get up. And they were able to, just make sure that the saw blade was trapped in a single area. Although I think they lost it again. So.
Okay, so the reason I'm here. Yeah, that's what we should be talking about.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, I bring out my ball again. I show it to him.
Okay, that's a nice ball. It looks broken.
Yeah, it kind of got broken by this Dragonborn fellow that I travel with. But,
okay.
I was wondering if you could make a new home for this guy. I kind of take him out of the ball, and I'm like, so I have this elemental right here, right?
Okay.
And he's been in this ball, and I kind of use him as a weapon. I need to actually get him home. But I use him as a weapon, and he needs a new home. As you could see, it got broken.
Yeah.
I need one like more sturdier, more fit for combat. Something that he could really enjoy staying in. And
okay.
Same design as this one. Well, not same design, but kind of like this one, to where it attaches to my silk like this.
Okay.
And
yeah, I see it.
And maybe just have it. Yeah, I just needed to be comfortable and good to go.
So, how much resources are you willing to put into this?
However much I need. I don't really have the resources at the moment. If I had to go and get some for you, I can go out, get some, and then come back. But I have some money.
Yeah, no, that's right. You use metal. That's not very useful, but still, it's okay. Well, it really depends on what you mean by a better home. You know, I can certainly make a ball that's very similar to that, but that's boring. And you want him to be thing.
Yeah.
Okay, thing. You want thing to be as comfortable as it can. That's possible. That's doable. Make sure that there's also windows that you can see outside, and that there's a way to communicate with it. But that could cost a little bit. I mean, anywhere from, I'd say 5,000 to 50,000, depending on what you want. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can even find things to add into this. We can take this all the way to 500,000.
Okay, so I don't really have the funds for that at the moment.
Okay.
But if there's any way to just make it the basic, well, not to where you could see outside of it. Maybe where he could hear me, so like some vents, and then just make it as hard of metal as you can out of it.
How spacious do you want it inside?
I don't see him growing, so I would say just a little bit bigger than the ball you see here.
You're gonna need to be more precise with this.
Spacious.
You know, a little bit bigger. It's relative, you know. There's a little bit bigger for I don't know, a worm, and there's a little bit bigger for a dragon. It's not gonna be the same thing.
A little bit bigger for him. As you can see, he fits right into it. I kind of put him into the ball and show him how much he fits in there.
All right.
I don't even know how much he fits in there.
Hold on. Then let's see. He takes a little book. Let's see. That's interesting.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention much at my monastery with numbers and all that, so you know.
Yeah, you said you don't have a lot of money. So maybe not create a demi-plane inside of the ball. Maybe something in the cusp of a smaller version of this bag. Yeah. All right. How about okay, how about are you able to put 500 gold?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you know.
Also, if there's any other things that I could bring you back to make it less expensive or anything like that, then I could probably do that also while I'm out on my adventures.
Well, sure. If you can find a miniature bag of holding, I make it for free. Good lord, what's been happening?
Okay, then, yeah, no, I don't know where I could even find one of those, especially less expensive than that. All right, then it sounds like a deal. Just let me know when it'll be done, and then I'll come and pick it up if you have an idea of what it's going to be and all that already.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I know what it's gonna be like inside of this, and it's gonna be roughly the same. I'm gonna make sure that there's these vent that you want, so you can communicate with it, and
Blood can get in.
can communicate with you. So, yeah, no, that should be all right. It's still gonna take me at least a week to make, so.
All right. Will it still be able to like let his elemental power out for when I'm attacking with it?
Make it a week plus 2 days. I have to add something if you want this to happen.
All right. I'm glad that I asked for that.
We're gonna have to make a separate room for this. Yeah.
You want me to pay you before or after?
Whenever you can.
All right, so I'll pay when I come and pick it up.
Okay.
I also have one more thing to ask you about.
Okay.
So, at the moment, I can't really communicate with this thing. I'm going to be learning from a book that I got. I don't know if I have it or does.
Oh, you have it.
I have it. Okay. I show him the book. I'm kind of going to be learning from this book, but I was wondering if there is something you can make. I was kind of thinking a little bit of like a mass type situation where I could understand multiple languages, not only its language.
Okay, yeah, no, a mask that understands languages.
Yeah, so like it translates it into common when they speak to me.
I mean, yeah, that's fairly easy to do, I believe. Hold on, I'll just check. Right. I can do that for you for about 150 gold.
Okay, that sounds good. Can I show you the design of kind of how I want it to look?
Oh, well, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Can I use your pencil and paper? I don't have one on me.
Here, use this. It gives you yeah, for you, a person, pencil would probably be close, a better description. But for Tobiyashi, it's a weird quill, you know. But okay.
All right, I start to write it. I give the design, just like a regular, like kind of like what a porcelain mask would look like, I guess.
Do you want it to be made out of porcelain or just like porcelain?
Well, like porcelain.
Like
so
porcelain.
It doesn't really. Yeah, like porcelain. So I draw the X for the left, the right eye, and then for the left eye, it's no wait, that's backwards. I draw kind of like a spiral circle for the right eye, and then an X for the left eye, and then just like a really squiggly smile, and then that's basically it. It's like pale white, I guess, and then yeah.
All right.
I describe him the colors, and then I show it to him.
The eye that has the X, do you want to be able to see through it, or it has to be just?
I'd like to be able to see through it.
Okay. Okay.
And then that's about it.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's it's gonna take, I'd say, 3 or 4 days.
Okay. Well, I will be back to you with the money, like I promised, and I will see you until then.
Okay.
If you have any questions or anything, there's ways to contact me through.
Well, just give me your name. I assume you are one of the adventurers.
Yes, I am Tobiyashi. It's nice to meet you. I bow to him.
Well, that's a pleasure. Okay, bowing. That's good. That's good. Just keep like this when you're leaving. Remember, there's a saw blade.
Yes. Yeah. I'm bowing while I'm like kneeled. I don't stand back up. Yeah.
All right. Well, there's no problem. Just come back here. My flag's still gonna be there. Everyone just keeps sending people where the red flag is. So some people have even started calling me Red Flag, but you know, that's personal taste.
All right. Well, what's your real name?
Black Red.
Do you speak Gnome?
No, I do not.
It's gonna be hard to pronounce then. Just say Red Flag. Everyone's gonna know who you're talking about.
All right, Red Flag it is. Nice talking to you. I gotta go find my Dragonborn friend before he gets dissected.
Right. Yeah, that's true. There's still an adventurer that's missing because of that.
All right, I'll be back. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye.
I start crawling away.
As you're moving away, you hear this just above your head.
Okay, let's not look back.
All right. Jorg, Fisher, and Remy. Jorg and Fisher, you're catching up to Remy, who is walking with a mixture of having given up, but also not giving up. And it's a weird mix, but he's going there. He just doesn't want to go there. But he knows he doesn't have a choice.
It's the first time he has to hunch.
You're moving forward, and since Fisher and Remy, you both know this area a little bit more, you're moving a little bit faster. And you arrive at these two gnomes that are just looking at you, and as soon as you're arriving, they're signaling you to just, get down, to crouch a bit more, especially he's looking at you, Fisher, and you, Jorg, and just crouch down and get closer to me,
I'm gonna crouch down.
All right.
I remember the saws from last time.
Yeah. So the next 5 feet, when you cross that threshold, you remember the saw blade from last time?
Yo.
Yeah. Well, they kept on refining it, and then they moved on. They made a 2-dimensional blade now. Yeah, it's really useful. It cuts through anything because it doesn't have a thickness. Well, technically it does, but it doesn't. It's a bit hard to explain. But you're gonna know it as soon as you enter the area, especially if you uncrouch, start walking normally. You're gonna feel the queasy feeling. That's because someone has just shifted space a little bit. They flattened it.
Just a little.
Alright.
But
Dig it.
because it doesn't have a thickness, it doesn't have any resistance when it hits something. So it's just gonna go straight through.
How many of these are inside of the planet now? Did they drop any? Just straight down?
Not to my knowledge. But even if they did, it's not going to arrive on your world. We're not around your world. Well, technically we are, but we also aren't. I mean, have you looked outside? It doesn't look like the world outside. But that's a good question. I forgot to ask him. There's just supposed to be one, but maybe it's self-replicating. Maybe there's more now. Oh, that's an interesting.
That would be something to look into.
Yeah,
you don't want more of these just.
You won't see it if
up.
you won't see it if it's coming right at you because it's 2-dimensional. It doesn't have thickness, so you're not going to see it arrive. You have to look at it from below, and then you're going to see the saw arriving.
Yikes.
Yeah. So just remember, walk crouched. He looks at you, Fisher. Understood? He looks at you. Fisher is.
Seemed like awkward, but like he's done this enough to have found a comfortable way to squat.
He looks at you, Remy. Understood? Yeah.
Remy has been dipping under the 4.5 foot mark since the beginning.
Oh, I never know. If you get spooked, don't jump.
Tank treads come out and he just starts rolling.
So yeah, that was just an advice. So just stay like this and keep going smoothly. Everything's gonna be fine. You can go. That's alright. You can go.
And then as they move forward, Raimi just opens his beak, and suddenly the Mission Impossible theme starts playing.
So, as you're making your way to the back of this place, where you're looking for the yellow and black with purple dots flag at the back of this place. Maybe
Thinking about it, that image kind of makes you just think of like a kindergartner with a paint project. Just like, first I'm going to start with yellow, then I'm going to splash some black on it. Oh, and purple dots.
that's just gnomes. Maybe you're doing 100 feet. You look at maybe a third of the way there, and then suddenly you find yourself... Fisher, you oddly feel targeted by this. You arrive at a place where suddenly all the gnome stops talking.
I look down. Am I wearing blue?
No. But you see every gnome just turned around toward you, staring at you.
If I'm about to experience any kind of bodily harm, I'd like to know beforehand.
You see 3 gnomes turning toward one another, start talking. That's an interesting point. That's a good idea. Maybe we should hurt him. I mean, I didn't think about it before. What do you think? I don't know. He looks big. Third one goes, all we have to do is make sure that he stands up. Eventually the saw's going to get him. Oh.
Or paint
Could also
blue.
hold you over my head. You're pretty small.
You hear one of the 3 go, that's a good point. I mean, I'd be interested in seeing what the saw looked like. Then the one goes, you won't see it arriving. It's 2-dimensional. Oh, yeah, that's right. And the priest is going to start asking me for more money if I keep doing this. Yeah. Alright, the 3 of them looks back at you and all at the same time, and we're not gonna forget it.
Oh, this is about that. I cleared it up with the potion guy.
He didn't say a thing. You hear
Well,
the one
I
go,
just talked to him.
how do we know you're telling the truth?
Wait, you could ask him the next time you see him?
You hear one go, oh, I got it. Have you heard this? It's something that the humans say. How did they say it? I'm gonna put my hand in fire. Yeah, that's saying. Cool, yeah. So, humans sometimes say that if you put your hand in fire and you're not lying, it's not gonna burn.
That
Sound logic.
doesn't sound right. My experience of you lying has nothing to do about it. Fire is just gonna burn you anyway.
So what you're saying is that you're always lying. Okay. That's not gonna help either.
Have
think
you
the
ever
only way
put
to-
your hand in a fire and not get burned? Without any special gloves or anything.
No, that's easy.
Really?
Of course.
How?
Without any gloves?
Without any additional magical special protections.
What's your definition of magical protection?
A potion or a spell or an item. Something other than your natural self. Like if you were naked, nobody cast any spells on you. You didn't have anything on you. You hadn't drank any potions. And you just stuck your hand in the fire.
How long are you giving me to figure this out?
I mean, is it, yeah, how long do you want?
Oh, it's that kind of deal, huh? Okay. Okay.
I just looked at Jorg. Like, what's happening? When you stick your hand in a fire, it burns, right?
Yeah, it should. I don't think lying has much to do with it, unless maybe it's, some sort of clerical thing. But these guys aren't clerics. I think they just want you to put your hand in fire.
I mean, I would if it doesn't burn like they say they can do. But
if you're not lying. But have you lied about... See... Well, I guess... Yeah, what kind of fire are they using?
That's another quick question.
Yeah, is it...
You're saying we can use different kind of fires also? Oh, this is getting more and more interesting.
I think you guys have moved past the original question.
Why? He's a human, he knows the saying, he just said we can use different kind of fires. He should know he's a human.
So, I think that saying came about back when we were hunting and burning people that we thought were... I won't say witches, because that's pretty normal.
Sure they have the right saying and they didn't...
Are you sure you stopped doing this?
Wink, wink.
Because I'm pretty sure I saw a quest on the board that said something like, you need to do this.
What? Oh, we burn witches? I mean, there's some witches we do burn. But nowadays, we're not throwing them in the water to see if they float.
Are you sure about that?
Not civilized people. You guys are pretty beyond that kind of thing, I feel like. Don't you have a lie detector test or something?
I mean, if you want to be boring.
I mean, I would go with the fire, honestly, if it just gets it over with, but he's probably going to get a burned hand.
Yeah,
everyone
but now we have different factors. That's interesting.
He didn't lie about this. I'll turn to whisper to Fisher. I'll heal you right before you pull out, and that's how we'll get him.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work.
You hear Gnome go, yeah, you shouldn't have said it in front of us.
I whispered it. You guys weren't supposed to hear that.
It's called having good perception.
What did Fisher do anyways?
He snitched.
Oh, I accidentally mentioned somebody to one of the other members of the garden that got them in trouble.
Well, he did drink a potion. I can confirm that. I can't.
Just one?
Did you drink more than one? think
I think I only drank the one. Because I was too scared about the ominous thing happening on the next potion I drank.
If you really need someone else to drink a potion, I'm willing.
Oh,
to prove
thanks,
it.
George.
Yeah.
That can be arranged.
Just hope you know what you're getting into.
I mean, you got a worm out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I also lost all my spells the last time.
Not permanently, I hope.
No, just for the day, but you know.
Yeah.
So apparently you don't know what this is. When you take a potion, it's because it's a potion that we can't identify. We used magic, we used components, we tried to decompose it, rebuild it, teleport it back, stuff it in the dimensional space, stuff it
Turn it
in the
off and on
demi-plane.
again.
You what?
Turn it off and on again.
Sure, whatever that is. We might have tried it.
Yeah, so what's the worst that can happen?
Oh, you die.
Ah.
Is that
But
where
you guys
your
have insurance
imagination
for that,
stops?
right?
Yeah, true. Not on the table, but not the worst that can happen, depending on how you view different things.
Yeah. Especially seeing as they can bring someone back to life. I imagine there's something that could be harder to recover from.
I mean, I've had 3. I'm fine.
Yeah. Yeah, if it makes you guys feel better, I'll drink one.
All right. Well, wait here, and we'll get a selection taken. That's always interesting. Remember, you asked for this, and you're doing this for him. So, and he looks at you, Fisher, when he says that. This means if something happens to him, it's on you. But, you know.
That's a good point.
I was going to say something, but I'm not sure if I should. No, I decided no, that's all right. That's all right. I sorry I disturbed you about this. But yeah, you just remember that he's doing this for you. He's paying your debt.
What? But
No,
I paid my debt by talking to the potion guy, and I already drank
That's what
one.
you said.
That was my debt. Yeah. So if you go talk to the potion guy like you're gonna go talk to the potion guy to get a potion for Jorg, you will have known that I already drank a potion and cleared that debt, so Jorg doesn't have to drink a potion.
Well, then why would I go talk to him?
To confirm that I'm telling the truth.
But if I reach him, why should I not take a potion anyway and give it to your friend?
Well,
What
because he
happened-
doesn't need to, because he'll already know.
So he's afraid.
of
What?
course I'm afraid. But
You're
afraid to take one for your friend? You know?
Here,
so let's say you go over there, you get a potion, and confirm that the debt that you've settled with Fisher. So
well, then
what do I get out of this if I'm not taking on Fisher's debt?
because the debt's already gone once you talk to the potion guy.
Well, there's going to be the problem that you said you'd do something and that you're not doing it, and then you won't get also any respect because, you know, you were offered a potion, but you didn't take it because you were afraid of the result.
No, but I will take it. But do I
No,
get
but-
something other than Fisher's debt?
So you're
There
going
you
to
go.
take it no matter what he says. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Good!
Wait,
Oh,
He
No,
was just
hold on.
about to leave.
nice try. Jorg, you gotta think better about this. Hi.
I'll-
Yeah. First of all, Jorg, are you sure about this? Because I mean, I can just, I can do it again.
What, drink another one?
Yeah.
You could.
Although I should be clear to you guys that I am going to the research center later today, and they are doing some bodily upgrades on me. And if they find out that I drank a potion, I don't know if that's a possibility.
Right.
But that would not be my fault, because didn't tell them.
Well, that's a good point. Well, if you're ready to take one and he's ready to take one, but you can't take one because you're about to go have some grades made, how about your third friend? Maybe he could take that potion for you. So you'd have your friend there take one potion, and then you have this friend taking a potion for you, and you wouldn't have to take a potion, so no one would learn about it while the upgrade is being made.
Well, you're adding a whole nother potion to this.
No, you said you
I'm not
wanted
adding
to
a
take
whole
it.
nother potion to
You
this.
said you wanted to take it. You said you wanted to take it, but now you're not sure you
I
want
said I
to
would
take
take
it.
it instead of him. We're
Is there
still only talking about
potential
one potion here.
for the potions to be good for you?
Yeah. Okay. How about this, Jorg? If you're cool with this,
Yeah.
you can go to the potion guy. Talking to the gnome. You can go to the potion guy, confirm with him that I already paid my debt to him, and then because you're there and the only reason you could be convenienced to go talk to him is to grab a potion. You grab a potion, come back, give it to Jorg, but then Jorg takes it, but he still gets the normal benefit of drinking a potion, which is getting it for free if it, is useful.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at.
But what about if you're lying or telling the truth? I mean, if he's gonna take it anyway.
If he's lying, then I'll take it to cover his debt. If he's not lying,
Wait,
I
no,
will
but
take it.
Jorg, we were just there,
Okay.
and that's what happened,
Yeah.
right? So, if he says I'm lying,
Yeah, then
then he's lying.
Oh yeah.
Then that's a problem.
All right. Let's just we'll go with you to the potion guy.
I mean, I kind of want to stick with Rami because he seems kind of
Yeah.
bummed.
Or okay, how
You see the gnome looking at you, Jorg, with a big smile appearing slowly on his face and going, "So, are you coming with me?"
Sure, I'll go with you. We'll confirm that he settled the debt, and then I'll drink a potion and see what happens. And then get it for free if it's good.
Make a persuasion
useful.
roll.
You could have gave the other potion to me. No shit.
Ooh, a 17.
Okay. He looks at you, so... Alright, that's good enough. Remember, keep your head down.
All right.
So, Jorg moves away.
Good luck.
Thanks. No problem. I wanted to do this. See what happens.
You see all of the gnomes that were looking at you at the same time. They all look away at the same time also. And everything starts happening again. You hear someone just screaming, can I have that scroll again? No? Okay. Well, I'm gonna need that tool. And then you hear another one go, I think I found the blade. No, not the saw blade. The blade. Keep it together. They start talking again. Alright, so Fisher and Remy, you keep on walking. You're just about to get there. It's almost there, and you're maybe 25 feet away, and you come across this female gnome who's looking at you, and she has a whip in her hand. It's all coiled, so she looks at the whip, looks at all of you. Can I try it on you?
No.
Yes,
Excuse us, we're
Oh, that's
going to meet with somebody.
That's disappointing. Alright then. She leaves. She looks genuinely disappointed. She's almost dragging her feet as she walks away.
I lean down to Remy. Can you use a whip?
Raimi, looking at his character sheet, shakes his head.
Could I use a whip?
You're a warrior. You can use any weapon.
I know that. Has Fisher learned anything? No. Wait a second. What does it do?
He turns around. I don't know yet. I just made it. Finished it a few hours ago.
Have you tested it on an inanimate object yet?
No, not even. All I know is that when you uncoil it, it glows.
And if I let you use it on me, what's in it for me?
Well, I'm gonna learn what it does. And it also means you're gonna be the second person to learn what it does. And
Okay,
so,
but what if I don't care? I don't care what it does if I don't benefit from it.
well,
I'm not going to go make another one.
how can you know if you can benefit from it if I don't try it?
If you know the potion guy?
Everyone knows the potion guy.
Yeah. What about something like that? You use it on me, figure out what it does, and then I get one.
Once I figure out how much it worth, you get one half price.
Quarter price.
Make a persuasion roll.
Oh boy. Let's go. This is a D20. Okay. -1 is 1.
Let's see.
I'm back. Rolled a 2.
Two-fifth.
So if I let you try that on me one time, you don't just get to keep going willy-nilly with it. You get one
Aw.
one hit.
Okay. All right. That's all right. All right.
I'll get to get one for 2/5 the price,
Yeah.
and you won't exponentially inflate it so that
That
what
would,
I end up paying.
that would be dishonest.
All right, good.
We're not dishonest. This is how you see us? Have we lied to you?
Although, incidentally,
Not-
I already know the answer, but Raimi is going to roll an insight. I only say I know the answer already because I'd give the exact same answer. That'll be a 15.
So you're trying to figure out if she's lying.
No, it's more just confirming if specifically he's looking to see if there's evidence of not necessarily lying, but more like lying by omission.
Avoiding the question.
Basically, Raimi knows the technique of
okay.
not technically lying, but also not telling the full truth.
Your role would tell you that they're honest. Nearly to a fault. Nearly. In the sense that everything they're telling you is the truth. And they're not purposefully hiding things. It's sort of a, oh, we're going to try that. Oh, I didn't think about that possibility. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that tracks with previous conversations.
Yeah.
It's involuntary omission. All right, so
I wouldn't call you guys liars. I'd just say you have a tendency to
choose your word carefully.
be
There,
more
it's going to be
direct.
3/5.
It's a different definition of lying than I guess what other people might use. It seems like you guys stick very close to the letter or word of what was said, which is fair. Whereas other people might understand like a meaning behind the words.
All right.
I'm not very good at it.
No, I know, I noticed. But we're going to keep it at 2/5. All right. So, ready?
I'll look to Raimi and go, sorry to keep stalling your thing.
But Raimi has already put himself just a little bit of distance away from Fisher's general location.
Mm-hmm.
She lets the whip down. You see it start glowing in a very white, pure white color. It's a faint glow, but it's still a glow. She raises the whip.
Tense up a bit. I'm like, this is not going to be good.
And she whips you with it. Make a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh, shit. Gnomes and all their weird saves. 3. I'm going to stop using that die. Am I gone? Did I get banished? That's what Curse was usually for.
Yeah, that's about right. You get whipped, and then Remy, all you see is Fisher going in a small flash of light.
See you guys.
Fisher, you find yourself in a room. It's made of stone. It's roughly circular, maybe hexagonal, so 50 feet across hexagonal shaped room made of stone, 10 feet high. There's no door. There's no window. You don't breathe, so thank God for that. You're not sure if there's actually air in here.
Mm-hmm.
Remy, from your point of view, you get the gnome to say, oh, that's cool. Do you think he's gonna come back?
Maybe it's just inching slowly to where Fisher was and is just like feeling his hand around.
It's not
In case
invisibility.
he's invisible.
It's not invisibility. You're going like this and it's touching nothing.
Big anime sweat drop rolls down Raimi's face.
Oh, if he comes back, sure. I mean, I'm just gonna price it, but just come back next day and it's gonna be ready.
Does Raimi like, would he know maybe approximately what kind of spell this was, even if he isn't necessarily been witness to it before?
I can make an Arcana roll. It's usually more a priestly thing, but
Your mistake, letting the rogue roll Arcana.
Well, I roll another 15.
Okay.
So
you've heard of spells that has the effect of banishing people. Some elements of this do feel similar to that. So the next question is, or rather the next thing that pops in your mind is, I hope Fisher's from this realm.
although, fun fact, Raimi can technically learn this spell if he gets all the way to level 20. But anyway.
It takes about a minute. And then, Fisher, you've had about a minute to explore that stone room.
Mm-hmm. I think I'd take the orb out, think about calling, and then be like, that just get me in more trouble with the gnomes. So I'm gonna wait.
After about a minute, you start seeing the room becoming blurry, and then you're back in the garden.
Am I in the same spot?
Yeah, Remy was pushed out of the way. Remy, you sort of felt that pop of air that made you fall one step away, and you just see Fisher just going.
You just hear Raimi give a loud raven squawk. It's like,
Does the top half of my body feel weird?
Oh, you should crouch.
I go, what? Oh, shit. And then squat down again.
So, how is it in there?
Dark. Relatively empty.
Interesting.
Medium-sized enclosed room
Interesting.
thing.
Well, the glow's has faded out, so I think it has a limited number of use in total or every day. Come back tomorrow. We'll know.
Sounds good.
Nice experiment. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
She walked away.
onto your thing.
You were just 25 feet away, so a few quick step and you arrive next to the flag. You see this gnome, slightly familiar, go, "Hey, I remember you. The one that
Gives, like,
wanted
a
to burst."
3-talon wave.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. You're the one who wanted to see things that bursts.
So Remy
Trish
blinks
is
for a
already
moment, considering
worried.
like how he decided to describe it, but nods.
All right. So, yeah, I have it ready. Yeah, I have it ready. Turns around. Yeah, she turns around. Rummage through things. I don't remember. Was it 1 or 2 bracelets?
They were a set of bracers.
Set bracer. Okay. So she takes out the 2 bracers. Okay. Here they are. So, I tinkered with them a little bit. Put in some magic. I started with the standard thing. You know, it's useful when there's a little bit of dimensional space. So there's room to just shove in daggers and darts. They can hold 20 pounds of them. As a reminder, a dart is
20 pounds.
a quarter pound and a dagger is 1 pound. So you can just place one in, take one out, and hold 20 pounds. Also, just a warning, I think you can also store jars of jellies in there, because I lost one while I was making it, so maybe it's inside. Yeah, that's you don't have to worry. You can just make a little hand thingy, and the dagger or dart is going to be in your hand. Just throw it. It's really just a way to have a whole lot of them near your hand. Then I went in with magic. You know, we talked about bursting. So the first one, I call it the Vanishing Knife. You just have to concentrate a little bit, because there is magic included in the bracelet. Wasn't sure you could actually use magic, so I had to put in a little bit. So you throw it, and the projectile is going to disappear. And it's going to reappear right in front of your enemy. So it's really good if you want to attack someone that's behind cover. Just ignores it completely. A little warning, you know. The magic does have a little hiccup from time to times. There is a very slight chance that it's going to vanish you instead. So you're gonna be the one reappearing in front of the target, and the knife's just gonna drop to the floor. But it's a very slim chance. In D&D term, if you get a natural 1, you throw yourself when you're doing this.
That tracks.
Then I went, well, let's push this further. This is when we go with the bursting thing. You take the knife and you throw it. And when it hits something, it bursts. Alright, the range is not that good, but it's really useful if there are several of them right next to one another. Like I said, there sometimes is a hiccup. It could blow in your
Wait
hands.
for them to say that Raimi might explode.
No, don't worry. You're not going to explode. But the dart might explode while it's still in your hand. But it's a very slim chance. So essentially, if you have a natural 1 on this, it bursts while in your hand. So you take the damage and whomever is next to you. The last one, I said, well, just in case you have the problem of vanishing and you reappear in front of a large group of enemy, I thought about a defensive burst. And when I said that I would make sure that it's 270 degrees, well, I thought about it, and it's not very useful because it's not going to get someone that's behind you. But still, there was a problem that no matter how you orient this, you're still going to... There's going to be a missing angle. So, I figured out how that works. I made it so the angle was even slimmer. But you have to raise it up. And the cone is going to be oriented from up onto you. So it's going to be a slim cone, but it's going to burst daggers everywhere. Don't worry, there's no chance of this one to have a hiccup. It's going to severely deplete the quantity of daggers and darts that you have in there, and possibly jelly jars.
I mean, I know she's not joking, but me, the player, just wondering, how can I use this feature to store jelly jars?
What if you use ball bearing?
Invisible creatures.
And then just
You hit them with jelly, and we can see them.
Oh.
Or hear me out. Jelly a bunch of bread all at once.
Alright, so the magic that's inside, it's going to recharge at the end of the day. Because of all the bursting, you said you wanted it to be discreet, so I pushed it so it would only burst when it recharges. And the more of the magic you use, the more charge you use, the louder the burst is going to be. If you really want to be completely stealthy, I have this little thing, and gives you sort of a ring thing. You just have to hook it on the bracelet. You see there's a place where you can hook the ring. It's gonna muffle the sound, but it's just a muffled sound. It's not actually completely gone. But if you really need it, you can just place it there, and it's gonna muffle the sound. So, do you want it? I know. Price. You said you wanted to be paid for the idea, but honestly, the problem is that even with the idea, if I make more, there was still the cost of the material. But it's a good idea. So, I figured you owe me for the meals I had to pay. So, you owe me 5 gold.
You know what? Just because he can, just like Raimi's going to do that one hand trick, where it's just he basically puts out his 2 hands, then they disappear for just a moment, and then there's 5 gold coins between his fingers.
That's nice. Oh, that gives me an idea for a next glove. All right, well, he takes the 5 gold piece and he gives you the pair of bracers.
a prayer. And also here's this. Like I don't know what god you serve, but you might want to give this to them before.
So I actually did create it in D&D Beyond. I got so exasperated trying to create the 3 abilities that I just gave up, and it's just all described.
No worries.
The description.
That's what memory and dice rolling is for.
It does go with your ability, because I wanted to go with the fact that you wouldn't need to come back and upgrade it. The bursting effect, it uses your sneak attack ability, but the burst is your sneak attack ability in dice.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, I believe it's bracers. Hold on. I'm gonna give you the name, and then we're gonna go to the break. And once we come back, yeah, that's right. I have to give a few answers to those who wanted to have research done on them.
Audience is just sitting in the doctor's office waiting.
Would it happen to be? Well, you call them bracelets, but bracelet
Been
of
there.
discreet bursting.
Exactly. Yeah.
Another gnome's coming in every couple minutes. Just going to be a couple more minutes.
It's always a different gnome, you know. You said that last time. No, that's the first time I say it. So he hands you those gloves. You rolled well to persuade him to pay you for the idea, so it's relatively free. With a consequence if you roll a natural 1 on your attacks.
Which, granted, at least in situations with advantage, does reduce the likelihood, but not impossible.
Yeah.
I remember a game where I had 4 natural 1s on attack rolls in a row, and it was a frustrating day for me.
Yeah, no, I understand that. And in the description, I did include it. 20 pounds of darts, and or daggers, and or possibly jars of jelly. So... So, the gnome looks at you. Is there anything you'd like? Anything more?
So, Raimi thinks for a moment and just responds in a voice like, I'll keep you posted, Raimi.
Okay. That's an odd phrase, but that's good. I think I understand it. You often refer to yourself in the third person?
So, Raimi blinks, is about to do like the so-so motion with his hands, and then just kind of like looks up to Fisher.
I'd say more than usual. Kind of comes with the way he talks.
Yeah, I know, but you could... I don't know, I'm just brainstorming ideas. You could look at him, and she looks at you, Remy, and says, you tell him, hi, I'm Remy. That's always a good thing, you know, it increases its vocabulary.
She just called you an it.
I tried to do that a couple times with like basic words and stuff, and then he looked at me like slightly annoyed and offended, so I just kind of let him do his thing now.
Give up easily. Okay. Well, it was a pleasure doing business with all of you. Please come back if you have any more interesting idea. Although next time I'd appreciate if you gave a little bit more than just that in money. I mean, I like eating for free, but I also like buying myself something once in a while. So next time, maybe not, we'll see. We'll see.
The Raimi makes a rainbow.
Yeah, if only we could charge for those. All right, good day. Actually, is it day or night now? And she trails on like this. All right, well, this is the latest of the all breaks we've ever taken before. So we're going to be back in 15 minutes exactly. I am looking the seconds. So we are back at exactly 15 minutes. All right. And we're going to give you a little bit of music because it's always boring when there's nothing on. You're not sure if we're actually back. Let's go with Campfire with Crickets. Yay! All right. Well, see you back in 15 minutes exactly. In 15 minutes. That's an interesting beginning.
My body was ready too, man.
That was perfect timing. Welcome back, everyone. So, after this hard to miss beginning, we go back in as everyone is reuniting slowly, starting with audience, who has
Although
been...
there actually is one more bit
yes.
of business that Fisher and Raimi have before they regroup with the party, so depending on how much time all this takes.
Inside of this level?
Yes.
Okay.
They are beholden. They owe a gnome a performance.
Yeah, but
or a demonstration.
Yeah. Well, that would be Raimi. I believe Fisher's experimentation aren't finished. You've only tried the lever in so many different ways. There are still a lot of possibilities left.
Not that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so audience, the camera goes back to you as this gnome is evaluating your arm, looking at this very carefully, even taking a small knife and slowly just lifting a scale and pulling on it, looking at you, seeing if you're gonna wince or anything like that. It feels like someone's trying to pull off one of your scales when he does that. So how are you reacting officially?
I mean, so this doesn't hurt too much, right?
Scales, I'd say it's probably comparable to someone grabbing several strands of hair and pulling on it until it just
Yeah,
tears off.
audience. You know, it's not pleasant, but audience has had worse. He's taking it with a strong face.
It's you know it's gonna be a little sensitive while it grows back, because your skin is used to having this layer of protection.
I'm hoping that he can help with the regrowth process.
So he slowly does this, and he looks at you, and probably, well, make a Constitution saving throw. See how well you don't let it show.
Unnatural 20.
You manage to bear it with pride, just looking at him, smiling. And then at one point, you just start biting down a little bit as you keep on smiling, but that's about it. You're pretty sure no one saw it. It's cool. That's the window that I was missing. There you go. So, peels off one scale. Okay. Oh, it looks like you're growing stone scales.
But they're metal.
It's somewhere in between, a bit crystalline, I'd say. More crystalline than metal, but it feels as strong as metal.
Okay.
Sort of a compound. You know how we make steel?
Yes. No, I do not.
Yeah, you hammer it, you throw it in a fire, and then I get a cool sword.
Yeah.
So what I get from this is that Sam knows how we make steel. Audience doesn't.
I have no idea how you make steel. What is steel?
It's the stuff that your sword is made of. So
I just think of it as sharp, shiny thing.
It just so happens that I have your stat block in front of me right now. You're smarter than this. Yeah.
I mean, I don't actually think of it as sharp, shiny thing. I think of it as a sword. I've never questioned.
Okay.
It's a metal sword.
He'd be smart enough to understand it. He just doesn't care. It's like, does it cut
Oh,
good?
okay, no,
yeah,
that's good.
okay.
That's good.
We're done talking.
I had a character like this before. Once.
Does it have cool properties with it? Even better. Do I want to know how they were added to it? I don't care.
So, well, basically, you add something to iron, you mix it, and then the result is steel. It's sort of like the same thing here, except that it's sort of a mix between stone with metal and crystal instead of stone and burnt wood.
So is it affecting my... Because I know it's covering my natural scale. So is there any of my natural scale still in there? Or is it completely, replacing its fundamental structure?
Well, judging from what I can see on the outside, it seems to be spreading from the gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see it in the way that it spreads. You can see that it originates from there. I'd venture to say that probably if you remove it, they're gonna fall off on their own.
I cannot remove it.
Well, then you're stuck with it.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna affect much. You're not gonna end up a stone statue, if that's what one of the worries you have.
Okay. Would you say the scales that it's creating are valuable? Like, could I peel off my own scales and sell them for a lot of money?
Other than the fact that it would be probably very painful, I mean, I'd say it's the same thing as dragon scales. So I'll honestly ask you, would you go up to a dragon, peel off their scale, and sell it?
Of course not. That'd be blasphemous.
Well then, since your bracelet seems to have a draconic design, I'd say it's the same thing.
Alright, I will not... So it's not pulling off my own scales, it's pulling off another thing's scales.
Well, your scale do seems to be slightly attached to them, but
Okay.
it's sort of, like I said, if you were to remove it in some way, you know, even though you said that it can't be removed, there's always a way to remove things. I mean, just stay here for a while and we're gonna figure it out. But
I mean, I'm sure if you cut off my arm, it would be removed, but that's not an ideal circumstance.
depends. But usually no. People don't like having their hands and arms regrown. It hurts. But
It also seems to be benefiting me, so I'm not gonna...
okay.
I have no need to remove it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I feel like there's more to come with this little thing. Look at it carefully. Look at the jaw. Feels like could be open. And the wing design on it, doesn't it feel like it could almost just spread its wings?
Audie's gonna nod at the gnome, but thinking inside of his head, this person's crazy. I see a gauntlet. Looks cool. I don't see any mechanical gears behind it. But he will say, would you know how to, like, from after doing this observation and knowledge, would you know any way to perhaps speed up the process or anything like that?
Well, from what I've heard from a lot of the adventurers, these objects draw energy directly from you. So there's a very easy answer to your question. Go on quests.
Okay, that's what I've been doing.
A lot
That's
of them.
Okay. But you can't, like, tie me up to, like, a lightning machine and channel lightning through my body, which then increases my energy to a maximum output, tricking the device into thinking I'm stronger than I actually am, creating it to expand further.
Are you saying you're volunteering to try this?
No! I mean, I have resistance.
You're a bronze dragonborn. You can take it.
Yeah, I have resistance.
I mean, nothing says that it would work out like this, but again, I'm guessing you never tried. So,
No.
if you ever want to try, though, come back and see me.
Okay, I'm gonna probably not. But thank you for the offer. I yes. Did you get the knowledge you wanted?
Some of it. I have one scale. Study it further.
Okay.
You never know what this could produce. You know, maybe I'll find a new recipe for metal. You never know. Maybe I'll be the one inventing. That doesn't work. No.
I'll tell you what.
Next generation of steel.
I'll tell you what. You can have my scale for free and all of that, but if you find the new invention for steel, I want 3% now. I want 1% of all sales made from that steel that you sell. 1% of the income.
Make a persuasion roll.
All right.
1%.
Not that much.
Long-
You could have gone for
plans.
2.
That's a 21.
Damn.
Whew. All right. All right.
All right. All right. Let's shake hands. All right,
Shake
guys.
hands.
Just give it a few years. If this guy figures out to do steel, I'll be rich. 1% from all sales of that steel will be a lot.
When you reach level 20, you're gonna get a whole lot of money. Right after you kill the last boss of the campaign.
Get back from killing the last boss. It's like at the other campaign, they're just like, yeah, you've just made like 2 million like platinum. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm retiring. Peace.
We got one last quest. Don't want it. I'm good like this.
I peeked. Dud.
All right. All right. I guess Toby was probably rushing back to me, so he'll probably be here soon. Because he said he was making sure I wasn't being dissected.
Well,
Yeah.
when you arrive, you do notice that the guy has one of audience's scale in his hands.
I'm guessing it went good.
Yeah, I'm worked out a long-term deal for monetary value
I see.
and potentially knowledge in the shorter term.
Well, I figured out about what I needed to. I'll have to come back in like a week, maybe 4 days if I want to get the other thing first. But
All right.
we'll see.
Well, I got told I need to go do a lot of quests, so I may actually go check out the board, because I know that I have to go visit the Silver Dragon and go do the other thing in 27 days, but I can definitely get stronger within those 27 days, so it might be time to go questing. And, there's the whole fact that the world might be ending due to the Hunter God. We should probably look into that before we get,
Wait,
too caught
okay,
up
so
with other things.
the Silver Dragon. Okay, so wait. But first things first. Should we wait for the rest of our group, or are we just gonna go to the quest board?
No, I was gonna go meet back up with them. But
Okay,
I wasn't just gonna go on a quest.
Yeah, we gotta watch out for this. We gotta watch out for this saw blade.
Okay, I'll watch out for this saw blade.
You can't see it.
All right.
Yeah,
You can probably see it
can't-
from how tall you are.
No,
So just
I
duck.
can't.
Well, if you look down on it, you'll be fine.
Oh,
Oh no.
that might be too late.
All right. Let's start heading off.
All right. I'll kind of give the gnome a nod, like we understand each other, we know what's up, and then leave.
You see him just walk away looking at the scale, and just as he's moving out of earshot, you hear him go, "Hey, didn't you have something that replicates things? I'm gonna need a lot of it."
Replicates? Do I?
No,
I think
he's
he's talking to another gnome.
talking to another gnome.
Oh, I'm like, I didn't think I had a magic item that replicates things. It's like, when did I get this? Alright, I'll keep walking. Hope that they're not cloning me down here, and I'm gonna come back to like an army of audience clones for my scale.
They're harvesting you. They're cloning you, and when you reach adult, they cut off your arm, kill the clone, and just harvest the arm.
Although it would actually fix my problem for the whole like religious army. Just use a lot of copies of myself.
Just audience going around.
And think about how excited Remy would be.
But imagine you'd have now quite an audience.
Boom.
All right.
I'll get-
So, I believe next one is Jorg, who is moving back toward the front to get the potion.
Yeah.
Don't die.
I'll try not to.
So, you arrive at near a gnome that has... Well, nothing is in his hands, but as soon as you arrive, you see the other gnome talking to the gnome in gnomish, and then the other one looks at you, open one side of his jacket, takes several bottle. Alright. So, you want to try this?
Yeah, seeing as Fisher already paid his dues, I'm just going for the regular deal of drink a potion and get it if it's good.
Well, honestly, that still remains to be seen. As long as the potion didn't take effect, we can't be sure that he actually did pay his debt.
So when that potion takes effect and this potion is good, can I come back for free potions? Or free one of these? It'll just be an IOU if that works.
So you're taking the potion for him?
Yeah, for now. But then when his potion takes effect, I'll come grab the free potion if it's a good potion. If it's not, then whatever, I'm taking it for him.
Make a persuasion roll.
I don't know where my D21, so I'm doing it with here.
So you're doing it with
7.
2d10s.
Well, to be honest, I'm not quite comfortable just giving you the free potion if you're doing this for your friend. Wouldn't he be the one getting the free potion, you know?
As long as one of us gets a free potion.
Alright, so he gets the free potion. So no matter what happens, he gets a free potion, and you...
Yeah, and I'll
hopefully be
help
there
me out.
to appreciate it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Gotta let Jordan go by himself.
It's all on you. You're the one who pushed him. It's all your fault.
He didn't push me. I want this. I want a free potion.
Alright. Take several
He wants free
potions.
drugs.
He takes several potions and shows them all to you. And there's all the colors of the rainbow, minus blue. Which one do you want to take?
I'll take the green potion.
The green potion.
Yeah.
Interesting. Roll a D100 for me.
D100. I got 55.
Okay. Roll a D8.
5. That's a lot of 5s.
Yeah. It's pretty in the middle of it. Okay. You drink the potion. For the first few moments, nothing happens. Tastes a bit weird. Sour. After a few minutes, the taste sort of grows on you. More and more sour. Oh, jeez. And you start something that smells around you. You've smelled something similar to that before. It's sort of a weird grass that has a very odd smell. The animals usually keep away from it, but it's as if you just stepped in it and you're stuck with the smell of it. Then you realize the gnome in front of you, his eyes are really wide, and he's looking at you and he just says, "Interesting."
What?
Do you have a mirror?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
Oh, Fisher's pretty shiny. I could call him over.
I was gonna say no, but he got new armor, so
Do you have the reflex to try and look at yourself?
Oh, yeah. I'll jump and turn around really fast.
Smells funny. The guy in front of you looks at you, says interesting. Really? It's interesting? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Do you have a mirror? Hey, Fisher. I'll call for Fisher.
You want to scream Fisher in this place? Fisher!
Oh, maybe that's not a good idea. Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
can I
I'm
see
not
Fisher
right there,
around?
buddy. I'm a bit away.
Yeah. All right, gnomes. Can you describe it to me? Or grab me a mirror? Or do you want me to just walk out of here and see if I can figure it out?
Well, I don't know. Oh, that's a delicate subject. Okay, so you know how you have a body and there's a
It's
torso
fun.
on your body, and on each side there are shoulders. They
Yeah.
rotate in many different
Yes.
directions. So both of your shoulders, if you think about it, they're gonna move. Think about it and move them up. And then when you start
Alright.
seeing your arms, you think about moving them to the side so that they're in front of your eyes. So they're gonna go like this.
All right.
And then think about your hands
All right.
rotating them on themselves.
Cool. Do I see something?
You look like you're covered in moss.
Whoa. This could be handy.
George dreams come true.
So
It's like the good old days. Man, it's
Make a
stinky.
constitution saving throw for me.
Easy. Ooh, 19.
Okay.
Not so easy.
Yeah.
Or no, that was easy.
It was
Okay.
close to a 1.
Yeah. So he looks at you and said, "Well, now you see your hands? Well, your
Yep.
face is the same."
Cool.
Yeah.
I guess
I don't know how long it lasts.
I was about to ask.
You could be like this for the rest of your life.
I can live with that.
And I think it's the moss that smells.
I don't know if I can live with that. I am used to it, but most people.
So, cool effect.
Well,
I was hoping for something a bit stronger, but you know, it happens.
yeah. Yeah, well, I guess you owe Fisher one of these, and
Absolutely.
apology.
You can tell him that he can, as soon as I dilute it a little bit, he can absolutely come and claim a potion that makes moss grow on people.
Yeah,
Actually,
I'll be so sneaky.
maybe you should
Maybe
take a
not.
bath. Just to make sure that it grew on you and not replace your skin.
Ooh. I'll pick at it a little bit. That's a good idea.
As you're picking on it, it feels like it grew on you, like arm hair, but
Okay.
so dense that it's a moss.
Cool. Well,
And you stink.
yeah. Thanks. Thanks for the potion.
Well,
I guess I'll leave it up to Fisher if he thinks this is a good thing or not.
sometimes it's impressive, sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
I'd say this is pretty
Well-
average.
As long as this doesn't grow back, I think I'll wash it off tonight.
Be sure to tell me. I'd love to know if, maybe you could try a few things like shaving it and seeing if it grows back.
God, it's got in places I don't like to talk about.
That's also interesting to know. Note it down. Look everywhere. Ask someone to look at the places you can't see.
We'll see. All right. Well, thanks, gnomes.
No problem.
I'll head off to find Fisher.
You see
Maybe he
him.
doesn't know about this, but suddenly he really wishes that the audience had drank a potion.
You see him turn around and raise his hand. Looking at another gnome. Like, yeah, you. I think I found something for your recipe. No, the one about caramel. Come on. And he leaves in that direction.
All right.
So, you go on your way to meet back with who exactly?
I'll head towards Fisher first, and then see if we can find
Alright.
the others. Hey, Fisher.
Fisher and Remy, as you're doing your best to go back to the last errand you have. Remy?
Raimi keeping a low profile. Ha 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 ha. It's at the very least, the name of this particular gnome, if they gave it, escapes me. But essentially, Raimi is like keeping an eye out for this particular gnome.
No, you're looking for the gnome that has the huge stone workshop. So it's relatively easy to find.
Okay.
You look around and you see this pile of stone just emerging from somewhere. That looks familiar.
But it's also 15 centimeters to the left from where it used to be.
I can work with that. You arrive. I think I've traumatized some of you enough for tonight, so I'm not gonna add too much to this for tonight with the gnomes. So you arrive at the gnome workshop and looks at you. I remember you. So, You're still there. That's good.
Raimi nods.
Anything interesting to report?
So Raimi is going to minor illusion a chair.
Right, there's a little bit ambiguity with something ambiguous with this. Do you want a chair, or do you want me to get a chair for myself?
Raimi points at him.
Okay. Does it have to be a chair?
Raimi shakes his head.
Okay. He turns around and takes a huge rock. Pull that closer. Sit on it.
Right, then Raimi just kind of like takes a seat on the ground next to him, legs crossed, and kind of like looks up at Fisher and maybe pats the spot next to him.
Yeah, I'll follow in Raimi's lead. The down.
And so with my first casting of Silent Image for the day, so and in combination with minor illusion and Raimi's mimicry, he is going to have a brief movie of the first use of the exploding brick.
Nice. Interesting. Although the sound seems to cut after the explosion. Is it because you couldn't hear it, or is it because your hearing just went out the door?
Raimi holds up two fingers.
Okay.
It was rather loud.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Can use that for a lot of things.
And then Raimi just like points forward again, and then with his second casting of Silent Image, does the use of the brick against the monster of a man.
Oh, that's an interesting way of using it. Gives me an idea. I wonder how stable it is if you use it to cook. I mean,
I feel like you're missing the point here. Did you see what it did to that guy?
yeah. I mean, wouldn't you like to give to your best enemy an exploding toffee?
Oh, I see. Okay.
No, just
Hey, Clarice, you blew up the bathroom again.
I mean, I guess so, but like,
It looks like you're submitting, but actually you're killing him from the inside. Yeah, that's good.
your enemies.
A delayed reaction, so it really has time to go inside the stomach. Painted green. Acid. I know you don't know about this, but because, you know, you don't have a stomach, but organics have acid in their stomach.
Have you ever had an enemy?
Who doesn't?
In my experience, at least, enemies tend to be rather suspicious of gifts you offer them, especially food. You know that it might be poisoned.
That's an interesting point.
I feel like it'd be easier.
Hold on. Raimi pulls out the decanter, undoes the lid, points it in front of them, and says, "Geisler."
Yeah. That's always interesting.
And then points to his own mouth.
Yeah.
I mean,
He looks at
I
this.
feel like
He looks at the stall
like
behind him. Sorry about that.
I feel like it'd just be easier if, you know, you could just like, you know, hit somebody with it and it would blow up. Or I mean, how we were using it seemed pretty good.
Yeah, well, you'd have to cut it in smaller pieces. I mean, it feels like there's a risk of you being taken out with it. And judging from the size of the explosion, I mean, I think it's gonna cost a lot to have you rebuilt. But hey, at least we're gonna have confirmation that you have a soul. If you don't have a soul, then a spell can't bring you back to life. You can't get a better confirmation.
Yeah. I'm good.
Alright. Just saying, yeah. I'm gonna have to rework this. I'm gonna think about it. Something that you can eat. It's not gonna blow you up, but it's gonna blow them up.
Why do you want to eat it so much?
Why don't you?
Because it blows up.
Yeah. You know what everyone says? Every organic being that they always said the flavor seemed to burst in your mouth. Wouldn't you like it if it actually happened?
No. I mean, I'm not the best to talk about this because I don't eat in general, but I feel like you're missing the... I mean, that's like really niceful to have. To be able to, you know, have like a brick that blows up and destroys a lot of stuff.
Are Pop Rocks a candy in this universe?
Yeah. I feel you're really wasting what you've made here.
No, I'm
Trying to make it into food.
Creating diversity, using it for different things. And when you think about it, you have the perfect way to fool your enemy. I just thought about it. If I make it that it goes off with acid, you eat one. You don't have acid in wherever it goes. So you can eat it, it's not gonna blow. You give it to your enemy, he eats it, and he blows from the inside.
I mean, people generally don't think I'm a...
Even you can argue with that logic.
Being, so they usually don't have me demonstrate stuff.
Maybe it's going to pull out a bag of ball bearings and like and pull out like a few of them. And then mimics the explosion sound.
I guess that'd be the boring thing to do.
But I was just like, no, Rainy will like specifically like he'll hold one up like mind putting it into his mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to get really crazy with it, you could try and make it so if somebody eats it, they can like breathe out the explosion or something.
Where's
That
the
would
fun
make
in
it
that?
easier.
That already exists. If you're gonna invent something, make something that doesn't exist, not something that exists.
I feel like you're kind of... Isn't it the same as just making somebody swallow like a fireball?
And you've seen this before.
No.
See? That's worth inventing it.
Okay.
I don't. Just come back a little
I'm not
later.
testing that one though.
Test it on someone else. Don't worry about it. For now, it's interesting. The clay, the thing that explodes. It's good. It's good. I mean, it can make for a nasty surprise. You slip a clay brick inside of your enemy's pile. They build their castle, and 25 years later, you come back and you blow up the wall. Nasty surprise.
Sure.
See?
You sound like you've got your own brainstorming going, so I think we're gonna let you keep on it.
Well, let me know if you want variation of the brick. You know, small cubes, easy to throw. Triangles. I don't know why you'd want triangles, but that can always be useful for something.
They'd be caltrops, and then you
I mean,
shoot them and
that's-
they blow their feet up.
I'm pretty
Small-
I'm pretty sure the garden's not gonna just let me sell bricks now that we know what they do. But they might let me sell smaller versions of those.
I mean, yeah, you can make small, like handheld something.
Yeah,
Easier
like
to
your
throw
friend,
something.
ball bearing size.
Yeah. So that first one he showed, I threw that, and it was not easy. And if the wall wasn't there, I probably would have gotten hit by it. So
So you see, smaller. It's gonna pack less of a punch, but at least there's less chance that you're gonna go out with it.
hmm Could you make it so that it blows up on impact?
That'll be hard.
Because if you make it smaller, it's also going to be a lot harder to hit.
Yeah, but if you have 25 in your backpack and you fall and it blows on impact,
That's also true.
that's why you need a trigger.
Rainy.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. I think we'll let you think about that.
Yeah, there's plenty
Just
of variation
come to
of
us
it.
when you've got something you want to test.
Sure. Even gonna give you a
Rainy
discount.
Minor Illusions, a bottle of glue.
Okay. I'm wondering, is that for the hand or for the head?
Rainy just shrugs.
Yeah, I get it. That's all worth experimenting on. You have an interesting mind.
hmm
Don't worry, I'll keep your contact. Fish and Remy, is that it?
Fisher.
Fisher.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll keep in touch.
All right.
I just want to imagine this gnome just like walking around the tavern. Hey, I'm looking for fish.
All right. Well, he gladly takes it, and he will come up with an entire new brand of product that explodes.
Sweet.
All right. Anything else?
That is officially all of Ramey's business
Okay.
in No Man's Land.
So, I take it that you all gather up at the entrance of this level.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Takes a few minutes. You see audience and Tobiashi are the first to arrive. Followed by, well, not immediately. I'd say Fisher and Remy. You leave the area where you have to crouch. And then maybe 200 feet later, there is a weird smell coming your way. Smells slightly acidic. Reminds you of the last few moments of a skunk. Then Jorg arrives. And you see he's covered in moss. Everywhere there would be skin, it's moss.
Hey guys.
And it's the moss that smells.
Jorg, you may have returned to nature too much there.
What
Hey,
even happened?
You
know what? It
smell
could've
like
been worse.
shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah. I think it could be pretty handy. Other than the smell, I guess. I'd be pretty stealthy.
We
Ramey shakes his head
noticed something was
strongly
up
and furiously.
way back there. That carries.
Yeah. Well, it said they dilute it, but it could be good. Maybe it's bark skin. Maybe you can hit me and I won't. I'll be a little.
I don't want to
Ramey.
break your bubble there, Jorg, but bark is bark. That looks like moss.
Yeah.
Ramey raises the decanter of endless water.
Oh, you're gonna give me a shower?
Just starts slowly undoing the cap.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not great. I'll wash it off tonight. Don't worry.
Also, Jorg, do you want me to hit you? To see if there's another property?
Do you want me to hit you?
I mean,
You're really gonna hit him?
I mean, no.
I mean, I just
But what
punch
if,
you.
like-
I wouldn't hit you with, like,
Yeah.
a sword or
You hear a gnome
Okay.
crossing everyone's path going, coward. And he just like...
What if there's more going on inside me though? There's only
Okay.
What if you
Do
wake up
you want
tomorrow
me- do you
more
want me
like
to hit
more
you?
neck?
Not. It's a
no.
one-time offer. It's going quickly. All right, no.
Is it really only a one-time offer?
No.
I'll
Okay,
make it a
cool.
one.
No. Wait, we're all hitting him? I mean, I can jump in.
Everyone's giving him a one-time offer of being hit. Yeah, well...
I mean, Ramey is still just levying that decanter, just
Yeah,
Looking
yeah, Remy.
expectantly.
I'll take you up on that when we're out of here.
Get
It's
some
just gonna-
space.
I'm assuming it'll wash
Wet
off.
moss. It's gonna smell worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's gonna have to help me get it out of my private parts.
Audience is gonna hit him.
No. That was a joke. I don't want to help.
I think you're getting hit.
Oh, yeah, so like,
Yeah,
are you
you know what?
punching
That
him,
joke.
or-
That joke was too. That joke was too bad. You're getting hit
Oh,
with
no.
a 23 to hit,
All right, that hit.
and you're taking 5 damage.
Ooh,
Dang.
I guess that didn't help much.
But, I mean, unless something does happen with the moss that helps cushion.
You just
damage,
hit him, Jesus.
It'll be fine.
It was for science.
It was.
Ow.
I just sent you a message in private, Jorg. Sorry, I couldn't. For some reason, the correction tool was correcting one word in French, so that's why it's not written properly.
Ah,
So just so that you know, but
cool.
Jorg doesn't know this. You do.
I do. All right. Well,
Well, you hit him, and where did you hit him? Stomach, face, shoulder?
I'll hit him. I'll hit him in the shoulder.
Okay.
Maybe a solid, like, good right hook to the shoulder.
Yeah.
Dead
Well,
arm.
5 points of damage, jeez.
do you make sure that there is a bit of exposed skin so that you see the impact of this, or because I think
Yeah, no, I'm hitting the moss.
Okay.
The whole point was to hit the moss.
So you hit him and you. So sorry. You hit him in the moss. The reaction is not immediate, but you sort of see like little reddish, brown red, rust colored miniature flower just bloom as if to replace a sore from getting hit. I don't know why. I can't remember how it translated in English.
like a bruise.
Yeah, that's it, bruise. So instead of bruising, there are those miniature rust-colored flower that appears where the bruising should be.
Oh, that's cool. How'd it feel, George? Any less damage?
No.
No?
No,
Well,
that hurt.
you got flowers out
Like,
of
you
it.
hit him pretty hard.
You're welcome.
That's kind of neat. Cool.
Alright, well, science has been done.
Yeah.
You hear a gnome
guess
go,
thanks.
"That's interesting. What happens if you hit him in the face?"
Let's not find out.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
I assume
Let's not look at our job
Okay.
board. I need to test this in combat.
So,
Oh god, he's gonna wait until longer.
No.
all right. So you leave the floor. You find yourself back in the commercial district, where things
Is everybody
seem...
giving us a huge berth?
Well, you see people leaving because of the smell. Other than that, they seem to be oddly fine with the new appearance of Jorg.
It just happens, you know?
Yeah, exactly. When you look at them, you have that moment in their eyes where it just seems to scream, "Hell, it happens." But yeah, the smell does push a few people away.
Jeez.
Audine thinks about screaming, it's a swamp monster, and seeing if anything happens, but he'll side against it.
You don't know why, but audience keeps looking at you funny. He's got
Is this
a
prank worth it?
he's got a
No.
weird grin on his face. So, from there, where do you go?
I'm going to go check out the quest board.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm telling Jorg he can't come to the tavern.
Oh, I'm coming.
I'm coming. All right, I'll follow
I
you
think
guys
I
to
have
the
an
tavern.
idea.
I'll try to wash
Raimi.
off before we get into the tavern.
Hey, Raimi, you always smell nice. Do you have something that could help?
I was thinking about that.
Raimi just dips into his bag and is trying to think what soap would best counteract the awful acidic smell of this moss.
Have you tried pulling it off, Jorg? Like ripping it off?
No. I'll try that. I'll try to like scrape some of it off of me.
Scrape as in you pull on it, or scrape as
Yeah,
in you
like-
take a knife and you cut it?
Like pull on it.
So you have this moment of, okay, it's not that hard to grip, you know, it's moss.
It's moss. Pulled that off a tree.
And then do you just gently pull on it, or do you
I'll
sharply pull
gently
on it?
pull.
Gently pull? As
Yeah.
you're gently pulling on it, it doesn't seem to be coming off.
I'll pull. I'll yank on it.
Yank as if you wanted to tear it off?
Yeah, like if you're pulling hair.
Okay. Have you ever had some part of you waxed?
No.
Have you ever seen a guy getting waxed?
Ew.
That's what happens.
Ow.
So you all hear Jorg just go, oh!
All right.
Just cover my eyes. I'm
Can we
like,
see
oh
his-
no.
Can we see his skin afterwards?
Yeah. It's extremely red, but already you can see the moss starting to grow back.
Oh no.
All right, guys, I'm committed. I'll be Moss
Yeah.
Man.
You're gonna.
Mhm. I mean, should be fine as long as,
What
you
even
know,
happened, guys?
you get rid
How
of the
did this-
smell.
Yeah, it's not bothering me anymore.
Do you think you're more flammable
Yeah.
now? Like you have a weakness to fire? Because you're gonna light up?
Jeez.
You want
Uh-oh.
to test it?
Yeah, I don't think
Oh.
we're going to try that one.
No, it's not.
No,
You know
I'm
what,
just
George?
saying.
Why don't we go to the lake and give you a bath and see if that helps?
Does
Sounds
water
good.
cause moss to grow more?
Can I knowledge
Yeah.
nature and see if I can figure out some kind of a nice smelling?
I don't know. Remy was trying to see if there was something that would do. What's Remy's
Yeah.
final answer?
Remy, what's your soap made of? Do I even know you use soap?
Well, he has one in
What's
his
it
hand.
made
So.
Yeah.
Well, the varieties of soap that he pulls out is one is a bar of floury soap, one is a bar of spicy soap, and one is a bar of cinnamon bread soap.
Hmm.
I feel like flowers fit the theme.
Yeah.
There's some on your shoulder.
Yeah, maybe if you punch me enough, the flowers will smell good.
So
Do
we're
you
gonna
want
go
us to
give
do
Jorg
that?
a bath.
We're gonna give Jorg a bath.
Who signed me
Uh,
up for this?
What?
Actually, you know what?
Right.
No, this is happening. Maybe just like puts all the stuff away, pulls out the decanter, starts pulling off the lid, points it at Jorg's body. Geyser.
Raimi, he's still wearing all his clothes and everything. You're not going to get that much with that geyser.
If I remember, there is an impact to this.
It is a
Yes.
DC 13 strength saving throw On a failed save, they take a D4 of damage.
Wow.
And they're knocked prone.
Wait, where?
I got a
Yeah, more
non-natural
hours.
20. So I stood up to that pretty good.
Well, yeah, you stayed up.
Ooh.
And fall prone.
Just got hit with a fire hose.
Yeah.
Andius
Okay.
is beginning to wonder if he should be associated with this. It's hurting his image.
I was trying
Are
to
we
bite
inside
the
right
bullet
now?
for you guys.
So yeah, no, you managed to succeed it, but it sort of gives the being hosed, you know. Because geyser produce 30 gallons of water shot straight forward in a stream 1 foot wide.
Damn.
Just got power washed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's like a fireman's hose, but
A foot wide.
a foot. You know, fire hose are like this. It's even larger.
Yeah. Ow.
Yeah,
Did it do
Raimi, I think
anything?
we're just gonna go to the lake. We'll meet up with you guys later.
Have fun.
You're
All right.
welcome, by the way.
I'll
Okay,
pick-
George, let's go.
I'll try and
Alright.
pick a quest where Moss is heavily involved. Where
Yeah.
Moss will be beneficial.
Have
Sounds
fun
good.
with that guy.
Good times.
There can be a quest of lying in the undergrowth and wait. I feel like you'd be good at that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So, Jorg and Fisher go to the Arboretum, and while Audience, Tobiyashi, and Remy go to the quest board.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds about accurate.
Okay.
But Raimi will leave. We'll let Fisher borrow his bar of flowery soap.
Thank you.
Not George. Fisher's going to use it on me.
Yeah,
It's,
Jorg is
it's
going
the
to
most
give
clinical
you a bath.
way.
Yeah.
So you needed help washing certain areas for his
I don't need help washing certain areas.
No, but you said it, so like Fisher is
Uh-oh.
going to dutifully do
Fisher's-
so, and he's going to apply the exact
I mean,
amount of pressure.
if you clarify, I'd be more than happy to not do that and instead just
Yeah, you just
be the parent that goes, "No, you're not clean yet. Try again."
Yeah, you can do that. Do that. I don't want you washing me.
Okay, good. I can still smell. I'll just You'll be in there until I can't smell you anymore. How's that?
Sounds good.
5 years later.
Everyone's level 20.
Like, I'm
Sorry, guys. Jorg drowned.
We tried to save him. He just didn't. You know, it happens.
By the way, I am at a 10-minute max right now.
Yeah, well, I was gonna add. That's what before you all started to talk about bathing Jorg. I was about to say, well, I thought we would finish with Fisher getting his upgrade, but apparently we're going to finish with Jorg and Fisher going to the Arboretum, and Audience, Tobiyashi, and Remy going to the tavern and going and arriving in front of the quest board. So, feels like an interesting place to finish. We've ended the shopping part. We've ended the gnomish part. And so now you're all ready to once again choose a new adventure, as well as you have information to gather about what's to happen. You have things to ponder with the prophecy, and Audience has a festivity to prepare in 27 days.
Yep.
And
And also meeting with the silver dragon
Yeah.
before that. So I mean that's
Probably.
the whole thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah, and just so the audience would know this because he's been living in the Shattered Continent for all of his life. The Equinox of Darkness is usually a celebration that reminds people, because since after that, darkness nights are getting longer. It's a reminder that even though the darkness seems to be winning, in the end, light will prevail. So there is a heavy theme on light, pushing back the darkness, pushing back dark creatures. It's basically Shattered Continent version of Halloween. So, in the challenge, audience is sure to expect undeads. Just saying, if you want to prepare properly for this.
I'm fine. I got a mace.
I know.
Yeah.
But just in case you'd like to,
Got a mace.
just in case
That's a
you'd like to
factual
add
statement.
something. Yeah, and also for all of you personally, I've finished making almost every single object. So the bracers are done for Remy. The armor, I believe, Fisher, you already added it to your list. Next time you're in there for the spell farting poison, that's been finished. Remy, the quartz, the salt stone has been created in D&D Beyond. The clot of undead turning has been created. The clot that you burn and it does turn undead, and if you're level 5 or higher, it does destroy undead. And I think, I'm not completely sure, but I think that I even created the trap scroll case.
That would be convenient. It's like my additional inventory note list is getting hilariously long.
The only thing that I need to create in D&D Beyond is Tobiashi's ball.
Yep.
Yeah, Tobiashi only has one ball.
I only have one ball.
But what a ball!
Insert
Oh,
insert
no.
joke here
Tobiashi,
about
I'm not gonna spell what I saw in that thing you walked through. Okay.
Hey, come on, that's the talk we're having on our way
Insert-
to the tavern.
insert joke here about eunuch monk.
Yeah.
I look over to Remy, I'm like, audience, not so loud.
Remy, you have such a high passive perception. You probably hear audience teasing Tobiashi about entering into this very sophisticated X-ray field that allowed everyone to see every single layer under the skin and over the skin, and and for some reason Tobiashi seems to be very shy about this.
Meanwhile, Raimi makes a later note to return to the Gnome Man's Land at a later date for personal reasons.
And have audience called. All right. Well,
Like, can I get these in goggle form?
Oh god.
with a little slider on the side so that and you pull it, it just goes through every layer.
Be good for identifying toxins or poisons, I guess. Or something.
And looking at audience naked.
Oh god.
Remy's gonna
Alright,
arrive.
that's all, folks.
Remy's gonna arrive in cities, and he's just gonna activate this and watch everyone naked.
One way to build confidence, I guess.
Yeah, especially when everyone's naked except you. All right, well, I hope you had a pleasant evening. I hope you like stupid things that happens with gnomes, because there was a lot of it tonight. And I guess next episode, everything restarts. There's gonna be quest choosing, and most likely going on those quests. We already have side quests for audience and 2 goals. Well, 1 goal and 1 sub goal for apparently the main quest. Finding the bard that can probably give you a whole lot of information about the deity of the hunter cult, and trying to figure out this prophecy.
Probably they both go with each other, because probably he can tell us about the prophecy a little bit.
Maybe.
He might know something.
Maybe. You never know. So, we hope you'll be here next week, as excitement is going to restart, and probably with a fight. Oh yeah, I promised to show you what the room looked like on D&D Beyond. Not on D&D Beyond, but with the new program that I have. Your room inside the garden. So, with the exception of Tobiyashi, who can't watch the live broadcast, I'm gonna send you an image. I just switched to the battle map, but that's what your rooms look like. The color of the walls aren't proper because yours is supposed to be brass and golden brass, but those are what your room looked like actually from the inside.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be using that program more and more to create battle maps, especially as they update and add furniture and environments and stuff like this.
Dope.
So, for a while, there's gonna be both of them, the maps that I made myself and maps from these. But slowly, I'm hoping to replace it all with maps that are as beautiful as that one was. So, like I said, thank you all for watching. We hope you had a pleasant night. We hope you'll be there next week for the restart of the adventure itself. Man, you're giving me a desire to eat pizza. It's been a while since I had pizza. Yeah, like I said, hope you'll be there next week for the restart of the adventure. And as always, if you enjoyed the show, you can support us by following us on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. You can also support the stream by making a donation, becoming a Patreon, subscribing to the Twitch channel. And if you can't do any of those, if you don't have the money to support us in any financial way, there is always simply spreading the word. Because the more of you there'll be, the more chance there'll be that I can actually earn something from this channel. And who knows, consider it at least a part-time job at one point. So, thank you all for watching. See you all next Wednesday. Or Friday if you're watching the rebroadcast. And stay safe. And especially during your sweet time, stay healthy. Goodbye.
Janai.